The Little Duck's Big Surprise. Once upon a time, in a quiet little farm, there was a mother duck waiting for her eggs to hatch. She had 5 eggs in her nest. One sunny morning, the eggs started to crack. Out came 4 fluffy yellow ducklings. They chirped happily and waddled around. But the 5th egg was bigger and took longer to hatch. Finally, it cracked open, and out came a big gray duckling. The other ducklings looked at him and whispered, "He looks so different." The mother duck loved all her babies, but she noticed that the gray duckling did not look like the others. He was bigger. His feathers were not soft and yellow but gray and scruffy. He waddled clumsily and quacked in a funny way. As days went by, the little gray duckling tried to play with his siblings, but they often made fun of him. "You're not like us," they quacked. The other farm animals also teased him. The chickens clucked, "You don't belong here." The cows mooed, "Why are you so big and gray?" The poor duckling felt so sad and lonely. He wished he could be like the other ducklings. "Why am I so different?" he wondered. One day, the little duckling decided to leave the farm. He waddled away, feeling very sad. He came to a pond and saw his reflection in the water. "I am so ugly," he thought, feeling even sadder. He swam away, hoping to find a place where he could belong. The duckling wandered far and wide. He met many animals, but they all told him the same thing. "You're different, and we don't want to play with you." He tried to join a group of ducks, but they quacked at him to leave. He approached some geese, but they honked and chased him away. Even the frogs in the pond croaked, "Go away." The seasons changed, and soon it was winter. The little duckling was cold and hungry. He found a little shelter by a pond and stayed there, shivering and wishing he was home. The days were short and the nights were long. Snow covered the ground and the pond froze over. The duckling had to peck at the ice to find something to drink. Finally, spring arrived. The sun warmed the earth and the flowers started to bloom. The little duckling felt a little better. He wandered back to the pond. To his surprise, he saw a group of beautiful white swans gliding on the water. They were graceful and elegant. The duckling felt sad again, thinking, "I will never be like them." But to his amazement, the swans swam over to him. "Hello," they greeted him warmly. The little duckling looked at his reflection in the water again. To his shock, he saw that he was no longer a gray, scruffy duckling. He had grown into a beautiful swan. His feathers were white and smooth, and he was as graceful as the other swans. The swans welcomed him, and for the first time, the little duckling felt happy and at home. He had found his true family. He realized that being different was not a bad thing. He was special in his own way, just like everyone else. As the days went by, the little duckling, now a beautiful swan, swam gracefully with his new friends. He felt the warmth of the sun on his feathers and the gentle breeze ruffle through them. He no longer felt sad or lonely. He had found where he belonged. One day, he saw his reflection in the water once more. Instead of feeling sad, he felt proud. He remembered all the times he felt different and how much it hurt. But now he knew that being different was what made him unique and special. He lifted his head high and spread his wings wide. The other swans cheered, "Welcome to the family." The little swan felt a joy he had never known before. He realized that everyone has their own time to grow and shine. And sometimes it takes a little longer, but it is always worth the wait. As spring turned to summer, the swan enjoyed the beauty of the pond with his new family. They swam together, played together, and explored the lush surroundings. The once lonely duckling was now a happy swan, surrounded by love and acceptance. He made many friends, including the frogs who once told him to go away. They now admired his grace and beauty. The little swan realized that those who once teased him now saw him in a new light. He understood that true beauty comes from within, and that kindness and patience are what truly make someone special. Every day he looked forward to new adventures with his swan family. They flew across the skies, discovering new places and making wonderful memories. The little swan, who once felt so out of place, was now a beloved member of a loving community. He knew that he was never really alone and that there was always a place where he belonged. Moral of the story: the story of the little duck's big surprise teaches us that everyone is unique and special in their own way. It's important to be kind to others and to accept and celebrate differences. Just like the little duckling, sometimes we need to be patient and believe in ourselves. We all have our own time to shine.